ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Race 2 of the ASSCA Regional Series season. And you might be thinking, what the hell is this? We're here at Peterborough, Ontario, where the campus of a university has been temporarily, let's say, closed in a way, to make room for this. Now, what is this? You see the roller coasters, Ferris wheels and stuff going on back there. This is the Peterborough Poop Festival. Now, what does that have to do with this track? This track is made entirely of human fecal matter. And it looks very similar to an actual dirt track. The poop has been, you know, like processed differently to where they can race on it. But they're here and they're doing it. It's very weird to see this. Let's just say it right now. It does look weird. But it's going to be a fun one. There's 41 cars in this race, so it's the most we'll ever see, ever, in this series. But, yeah. It's a fun time. There's obviously some stories to go into as we go through the starting grid and such. There's our current points leader, Stove Buscemi. He's back in the field. Like he never left, because he didn't leave. But it's going to be a fun one here. And there's the 79, dead last in points right now of the drivers that made the start last race. He's going to need to up his game here. Yeah. Last race's winner. I'll never get to him again. There he is. Tyler Rifle won the first race of the season. And he's hoping to go back-to-back here. He starts in the top 5, I believe, is what we're hearing. So, hopefully he can do something with that. But what a venue. You know what I mean? What an incredible, different opportunity. This is a very, very different track than we're used to. Now, I was asked about the smell, right? What about the smell? There is no smell, or at least not yet, right? As the cars go over, maybe it'll wear out the feces, but as of right now, no smell. There's not a whole lot of spray either, which is, I think, good in that sense, but we're here at Poop Speedway. It's an exciting time for all of us. So without further ado, let's get to the Good Vibes Grill starting grid. On pole, the guy that finished DFL last race. That's our defending champ. That is Simicant Standardbits Jr. I'm excited to see what can happen here. We'll find out if this is maybe a good track for him. Nobody really knows what to expect. The field looks a little bit different in terms of where they're starting, so maybe there's something going on there because an affiliate car, the 6, is starting right next to him. So how about that? And then another affiliate car starts third. That is, of course, the 28 car of Uncle Boobs. Now, we're going to find out how this race is going to play out. They're going to be 5 wide at some point. It's not going to end well for somebody. But who's going to be that somebody? We'll never know. The 70 starts in 4th of Siam Blaney. And then our current points leader, Stove Buscemi, starts in 5th. Now, the 24 starts, I believe that's not 10th, that's 11th. So yeah, the 18 has already a good chance to extend the point lead. I think that it's probably going to happen. But you never know. This track seems to be very, very different than what any of these guys are used to, so we'll never know. Zach Outback is here. He's going to be flying over to the Trenton track for tomorrow when this is all said and done. After this doubleheader here, the 31 Big Earn, the 87 Bojardelozzi as usual, they're going to be solid today unless something happens, and something will probably happen, but You never know what could happen with these guys here. Plot 55 has entered this race, and this is, I think, the only race they plan to enter. This is Pronkus Luke. Who's Pronkus Luke? Well, Pronkus Luke was a part of yesterday's poop eating contest, a very special event here at the track. Well, not at the track, but at the festival. The track's at the festival, obviously. And he won. And Mike said, you know what? That guy clearly knows his way around feces, so he offered him the ride here for both races. He's going to be in the National Series race in probably an hour or so from now. So, not an hour or so from now, but from when it's over. And, yeah. Pronkus Luke is here. I'm excited to see what he can do. It looked like he was the top of the board in practice, so qualifying run clearly didn't go as he hoped, but I think there was a lap car in his way. He's going to be one to look out for today. And then you've got the mathletes next to them. They need a sponsor, or else they're probably going to get executed, but this is the row that we need to look at. This is the 24. This is last race's winner, not last week. We weren't racing last week, but the 62 Jackson Outback is right next to him. He's not excited for this race. He says he doesn't really like the idea of racing on poo, but he's got to do it because that's what his contract tells him to do. Now, here's somebody that should do really well, and that is the 19. He literally has poop in the name. Devontae Butt Poop's here, and he's right next to Sneakers O'Toole in the 7. That car is going to be good. They said it's not going to be qualifying good, but it's going to be race good, so we'll see how that goes. Tony Baloney's here in the 27 with Shart Simpson in the 25. Interesting for that. The 16 Henny Cabbage Head is also in the field, and you've got Swift T in the 26, who had a pretty decent race, I'd say, at Hillside before. Reese Ware making his first start of the season here with Peter Griffith beside him. Thad Moshpit in the 46 with Hoffrick in the 30. Ariana Grenade with the 45 of Figgy Bernhardt. Figgy Bernhardt did pretty good at Hillside until the crash happened. Monsters Inc. with Small Dwayne, pretty much the last thing left of this race team because of how bad last season went in tow car. And then you've got the 99. That is Matt DiBurrito. The 12 of Tatuma Koga is making his first start of the season, and so is this 65 car of Algorithm. The 96 Dale Burgers had a really good finish at, he had a really good finish. And then you've got Vince Belch, a colorboard driver as well, in the 5. Mayor Shelbourne in the 44 with Ryan Carcass. Ryan Carcass making his first start of the season here. The 10 of Pip Puddlequack, the 11 of Nyan Newman, another shitty qualifying effort from them. Joseph Batt in the 86 and the 60 of Lovey Dovey. That car is atrocious. Brad Oman in the 48. The 48 will be in the regional series, or not the regional series, the 48 will be in the National Series race later in the day, but it will not be Brad Oman driving it. Stay tuned for that in probably 2 hours from right now. And then you've got the 0 of Sedil. He's here. Awesome. Lovely. Brian Batt in the 03. Yep, he's here. Dr. John Sturgis is also in the field with the 95. And then you've got Rectum in the 34. This is everybody that is in the regional series. Nobody is sitting out this week. This is the entire field. So for a very special occasion, while I screw up the camera, let's send it down to this good old fella for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright, so we're either going to have to execute the security or figure out who that is, because that's not him. It's not him. Everybody is rolling. 41 cars. Regional Series record, by the way. The previous record was 37. And that came at Hillside last season, so... Or no, 2 seasons ago. Sorry. Study. 50 laps today. I finally said it at the right time. I screwed up the camera again. 50 laps. Shit is going to hit the fan. The fan is going to be full of what we're racing on, and that is fecal matter. As we're green, the 79 takes it away. Oh boy. And you see, there's going to be a lot of separation in terms of the field, right? There's a lot of cars that are, not very good in terms of, funding, basically is what I mean. Like, not the drivers are bad, but the cars aren't as good as some of the other ones. Cyan Blaney is not going to lead the first lap. It's going to be the 28 of Uncle Boobs. Good way to start the race. And here comes the guy we just talked about, Pronkis Luke. Remember, he won the poop eating contest yesterday at this festival, and that's what scored him this ride. He clearly knows his way around poop. And he is leading, and Pronkis Luke doing well. Here comes Tyler Rifle, though, last race's winner. I'm going to do that so often, I'm so sorry. We've got a competitive pack up here, though. I'm excited for this. The 19, though, Devontae Buttpoop looking to challenge there, but it's not going to happen as the 24 will lead lap number 3. That goddamn blue line again. I swear to God, I'm going to kill the intern. I told him to fix that. Technical difficulties. Oh, it kind of went away. Maybe they're adjusting on the fly. And that's not good! Oh my God! Stove Buscemi! Bone! No! Did they race back? Oh, they're all slowing down so much. They're so devastated. Devontae Buttpoop is the race leader, but I think that there's a lot more to worry about here at Poop Speedway. The fans are chucking poop on the track right now. I don't know why, because it's already made of poop. Oh man, not a good start. That's not the leader, that's his teammate. That's the leader right there. That is Devontae Buttpoop. We're under yellow. Dear God. Taking a look at Bojar Delosey, I don't know, man. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I saw a car fly into the air like that and thought a rapture was about to happen. Great ASSCA brakes there from the back markers into Stove Buscemi to kind of ruin his day. The 87's out of the race. We'll give you updates on Bojar Delosey when we can, but there's clearly some other cars we got to look at. Oh dear. Taking a look at Thad Moshpit, who was actually pretty up there for Tama, and then he just gets smushed there with Tony Baloney, and this car just absolutely soars. That was a crazy roll from Thad Moshpit. These cars, I do need to say, are relatively safer than the National Series, but I don't know if that's really going to help this one. Wow. Ooh. Ooh. Taking a look at Tony Baloney here. She's in the 27. She's doing pretty good. This is down the backstretch, I believe. I don't really know where this move actually is going to happen. I think the intern might have rewinded it too far, but who cares? I don't think rewinded is a word, but I think this is the backstretch here. So here we come to a disaster here. There goes the 87, there goes the 46. I don't know how she goes up and over. Oh, help from Reese Ware, that's awesome. Did a front flip. Oh, you love to see that. Already we've had 2 devastating accidents here in the regional series. First time ever that we've had shit like this go down. Dear Lord. Yeah, that's right. I'm using the same angle 3 times because I'm fun. Oh, he got stuck in the wall and just propped up. You know what, though? I don't think it was as bad as it looked live. It could have been worse. We're going to look at Stove Buscemi, the points leader, and then go back green here. Yep, I'm using the same angle again. That's right. I've spoken. Wow. And he doesn't get hit by anybody at full speed here until this happens. Here comes Sedil, who was slowing down. Rectum didn't slow down, kind of expected. I think the 18 is still going to be fairly competitive. But yeah, that wreck was so bad, everybody just slowed down off the fly, so not very good. Let's go back green, though, here from Poop Speedway. Welcome to Poop Speedway. The 19 literally just broke down as we speak. Devontae Butt Poop's car just quit on us, and the entire field... Oh, no, he's coming back. I don't know what the hell that was. They're coming to the restart, though. This might be good for the field, I can't lie to you. Never mind. They're all together again. The 19 had some sort of issue. I think he was trying to save gas or something. Car stopped right on the straightaway. The 24 leads at the line. Hallelujah. Kumbaya. Type shit. Henny Cabbagehead is to the race lead. That's the pace car. Look at this guy. There's Pronkus Luke. Somebody that's definitely going to be strong all day. That wasn't a crash sound, right? Okay. Just making sure I'm not nuts. The 55 leads a second lap here today. Pronkus Luke is going to be a threat today, and a threat later today as well for the National Series. And the 16 just went around, for God's sake. This is not going to be good. Peter, get out of the way. Oh no, we're piling in. Oh, we just saw the inside of the 70 car. Well, that went well. Oh, who's that? Dale Burgers. The 70 with damage. Who's leading the race? Out front, it's still Pronkus Luke. Never mind. Oh no, it still is. Pronkus Luke continues to lead the way here. Woohoo. Taking a look at the 79 here of Simicant Standardbits Jr. I know he's in the wreck, so just to squeeze there a little bit. And then here comes the field. Oh, Lord. Wow. Yeah, and then you see this. Not a lot to look at in this specific part of the accident. I think the more specific part we need to look at is probably that 70 car and how he got blown up. I think I know exactly where that happened. Taking a look at Dale Burgers, the wreck is already happening. He makes it through all that, and then it just gets turned by Pumick Stumper Jerry. Him and Ryan Carcass get into it a bit. And then here comes the onrushing 70, I believe, and yeah, it is. Cyan Blaney into the 96. Yikes. Let's go back green here from Poop Speedway. Somewhat a lot of hockey left. Welcome back to Poop Speedway at the Poop Festival in Peterborough, Ontario. Uncle Boobs is out front. Pronkus Luke. Gee. Pronkus Luke pitted for tires, so some strategy going on here. The tires seem to have a bit of wear going on. They are different tires. I need to say this because obviously it's probably implied though. The tires are different than any other track, obviously. They're not even really dirt tires either. They're kind of just like their own thing. Just thought I'd let you know that. As the 28 leads again. You know what, though? I'm going to say this right now. This field looks a lot more competitive than I thought it would be. You know, we've obviously got some regulars that we would obviously expect to see at the front, like the 28, who's pulling away, I must add. You've got the 31, the 62. I'd even throw the 25 into that group. I don't like what's going on back there, but if I don't look at it, maybe nothing will happen. The 28 continues to lead here. And the 25 catching up. There is a good amount of slipstream here, even on this type of track. It's kind of fun. But Zach and Jackson out back. Father and son going for the lead. Big Earn now going to try and take it away here at Poop Speedway. And he will. Oh, Ariana Grenade, how about her? She's supposed to be in the National Series for some races. She still hasn't shown up yet, and she won't be there later today either. But something she will try and do is lead a lap. She won't, though, as Shart Simpson takes that honor away. This is a good group we got going on here. We got Hoff Rick now into the mix. I still think Uncle Boobs is most likely going to be the guy to beat here. Zach Outback, though, is looking to the bottom of him. He and his son are both here for this race. Zach Outback obviously has some tow car action to get to tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can make it in time. I think he will. He's not going to be in the National Series race from what I remember, at least. But his son now is maybe leading that lap? I don't even know, man. Oh, and Shart Simpson and Zach Outback collide up there. Wow. So the yellow is back out. The 28 will cycle right back to the race lead. And Uncle Boobs capitalizes on a yellow here. The crawfish is out, but I think it's a potential one replay of the race. Maybe. Maybe. Taking a look at Shart Simpson here. Homer let the Sharts out, am I right? I think the 28 kind of just sends it in. The 25, no, the 25 kind of just washes up just a smidge. He and the 29 get together, and that is literally all she wrote on this accident. There's some of the back marker cars. But yeah, that's it. Shart Simpson is done for the day. But he did lead a lap, though. Welcome back to the Poop Festival here in Peterborough. We're at Poop Speedway here. A former university campus tore down here for the Poop Festival. Possibly being rebuilt as well afterwards, but keeping probably this track because it's such a big part here now. It's going to be pretty hard to just, kind of take it away. But Uncle Boobs is leading the race, Ariana Grenade is second, and Jackson Outback is in third, Big Earn in fourth. Big points opportunities considering the 18 is kind of shit the bed here, but the 28 has now led over half of the race that we've done so far. We are halfway this lap. There's a lot of shit going on. Shit's going to hit the fan. The fan is already probably full of it at this point. There still hasn't been a whole lot of poop spray into the crowd, which we love to see. Fans are throwing poop and stuff. This is a great festival, a great community here, as Ariana Grenade is going to lead them to the green. And Pronkus Luke is still back there as well with Stove Buscemi. I think that there's still a lot of hope for them to maybe get something going. A lot of these underfunded teams, or teams that just aren't to par with the 28, the 62, the 18, they're getting a chance to kind of show up here with the amount of drag these cars have and the slipstream that's going to be given here. Yeah, like we've got the 30 going for the race lead. At any other short track we'd go to, like regularly, this car would maybe be 10th. So like, this is a great opportunity, right? And Hoff Rick is going to lead a lap. And that's what it's all about here. We're seeing some of these teams that just aren't to par with like the 28, the 18, the 79, the 6, the 19 get a chance, right? And that's what we love to see here as Hoff Rick is starting to pull away. Figgy Bernhardt's up to second. Holy crap. No pun intended, by the way. Figgy Bernhardt is going to get Oh, he turns up and into Uncle Boobs, and that will end the dynasty of the 28 car here at Poop Speedway. The back markers are coming through. Jackson Outback will come to lead his second lap of the day. And the yellow is out, and the 28, who was doing so well, is done. So is another car up there. Who's that? Figgy, no! Taking a look at good old Figgy here. And, yeah, he just washes up into the 28, and that is literally all that happens. That's the whole wreck, so we're going to go back green already because... Oh, he's going through all the loose poop. That's not good. Anyway, let's go back green. Welcome back to Poop Speedway. Good portion of the field's still here, but some of the great ones are out, including Bojar Delosey, of course, the 87 car. I haven't seen a whole lot of the 24 yet, but I do know he's still up there. But more specifically, I'm talking about, you know, the 18, 20, the 28, 19 cars that have really been good today. I don't know what happened with the 19. He's still in the race, but there must be something wrong with the engine or so. We don't really have a pit guy out there. Lurkus, I don't know what he's doing. I think he might be somewhere here. Who knows? Big Earn took the race lead at the line, though. I think, from what I saw. Gotta love the booth here, though. You know, we're kind of right level with the crowd. It's pretty cool to see. A lot of fans brought poop to eat while watching. You also love to see that as Hoff Rick leads a third lap on the day. What a run it is for him right now. It's getting more competitive at the front, though. And I think that's fairly evident seeing what's going on here as Simicant Standardbits Jr., who was on the pole today, is going to get passed by the 26 of Swift T. Bro, what are we doing? This is what I'm talking about, though. Even though the 26 is on the same team. Oh, and Tyler Rifle! Oh, we can't ignore that. He's still going, he's still going, he's still going. Pronkus Luke, also known as the Pronk, will lead the yellow. But the caution is out again for a similar accident. Another potential Fox 1 replay of the race. The hill? Taking a look at Tyler Rifle, and yeah, that's all that happens. The hit looked worse live. I need to say that. The hit looked way worse when it was live. Everybody avoids pretty well. I'm proud of that. Caution's out once again. Pronkus Luke is the race leader. Let's go back green for the end of this race, potentially. Welcome back to this place where I've shit the bed here. Oh, I've really shit the bed. There we go. Pronkus Luke is out front, and we are very close to the end of this race. Pronkus Luke will line up with Big Earn on the outside. Stove Buscemi is back towards the front after all that time, trying to get back through the field here. Good runs for the first run of the season for people like Tatuma Koga. You also got Ryan Carcass in the top 20 here. Big Earn launches again in a great way. We were told that earlier in his life, he had some dirt racing background at a local track. Maybe racing on the feces translates a bit. Maybe the dirt background is translating a smidgen into racing on poo, but right now, the poo expert is going toe-to-toe with the dirt expert, and the poop expert is going to prevail on the poop. That's a real sentence. 5 original sentences left, and that's a big accident. Dear Lord. And once again, we have a sad accident. Jackson Outback is going for the race lead, and he's going to take it. The 62 leads at the yellow. We are setting up for a dash to the finish. But we have to look at another goddamn accident. Let's take a look. I'm going to be so FR right now. I just know the 99 was in the wreck, and that's what happened. Just a squeeze again. The 99 gets going pretty quick. Gotta love the hustle there from D Burrito. Everybody gets going from this accident again, so yeah. Let's take a look at it one more time, though. Taking a look at Henny Cabbage Head with the same angle, because, yep, I'm cheap. And they all go again. Woohoo! Let's go back green here from the promised land of Poop Speedway. Welcome back to Poop Speedway, where we are pretty much in position for like a 4-lap dash. It's not lap 45. It's lap 46, it should say. I'm pretty sure here. The intern is going to get slimed out. There we go. Zach Outback looking to lead the most important lap, which is the checkered one. But we'll find out how that goes. Big Earn is still in the field here. Proncus Luke. Two really good cars. Proncus Luke is going to be very competitive later in the day here for the National Series race, the main event of the Poop Festival, mind you. This is one of the kind of like the undercard events for the Poop Festival, along with the Poop Eating Contest. The headline of the Poop Festival here is going to be the National Series coming up in what I'm going to now assume is probably an hour from right now. Yeah. The 62 and 7. They're going to go to the end. And the 7, what? The 7 leads to the line. Oh boy. Proncus Luke back to the lead. Let's pretend to act surprised. And he's starting to pull away. This is not good for the field here. Coming to 2 to go. Big Earn, I think, is the only car that has a true shot of getting to this guy. But they're coming to the white. They're coming to the white. There's no yellows. Swift T has a chance here to take it away. Proncus Luke takes the white. Final lap of the race. Big Earn's held up and shit. Well, how about this guy? This guy certainly knows his way around feces. He's won the poop eating contest yesterday. And he's going to win the main undercard here at Poop Speedway. Ariana Grenade looks, but Proncus Luke, in a photo finish at the line, is going to take the race win here in the Regional Series. Mike made a great choice. He redeemed himself after Gert last week in Gauntlet. And they're coming to a stop. What's going on? But anyway, what a finish here. Proncus Luke, your race winner. Taking a look at the race results here from Poop Speedway at the Poop Festival. Proncus Luke clearly knows his way around the place. Yeah, he did great today. 11 laps led, not the most, but very close. He did great. Ariana Grenade, though, had a great charge to the end. Bop Racing continuing to show off their skills here. Jackson Outback did great today as well, after what was kind of lackluster last time out at Hillside. Sneakers O'Toole did a great job. Big Earn as well, redeeming some well-earned points. The 79 is going to climb back up in the standings a bit as well. Monsters Inc. top 10 with Small Dwayne beating Stove Buscemi 9th place. Reese Ware in his first start to Tatuma Koga as well, Ryan Carcass, Vince Belch, Algorithm, some cars that did some pretty good things today. I don't see Algorithm. I don't know what happened to him. We don't know that, but pretty good race from these guys here. But if we go down to the bottom, we obviously see 4 cars. Oh, of course, the 65 wrecked out, just as I said it. But if we look at the specific car of the 46, Thad Moshpit, it didn't look good when it came down to it. We'll give you updates on him later during the National Series race. Same thing with Bo Giardolozzi, Tony Baloney, because they are obviously prominent in the National Series. But still, a great race today here from Poop Speedway, and tune in, I'm going to say an hour from now, but 7 o'clock, yeah, tune in. Yeah, we're here from Poop Speedway again, and then of course you got tow car action. We'll cover that, however, in the National Series coming up in an hour from now. So we'll see you in a little bit. The fans here loved this race. Hopefully you did as well. Can Pronkus Luke double it up here and do a double header win? We'll find out. But as of right now, thank you and goodbye. Wow. Who had that on their bingo card? Genuinely, who had that on their bingo card, dude? What a goat. Oh, he winning later. He winning tonight. Oh, he winning tonight. This race is not in Illinois.